Hello, welcome back. Basically in between episodes, all I did was, clean under boxes, take a shower, finish Turn Up Boy Robs a Bank VOD, and went to sleep. Oh, and watch, the new Cider Spider, video this morning. I don't think I'll be able to finish the story today, but I'm hopeful. Edgar, I wish I had better news for you, but the blasphemy continues to elude us. Can you hear me, Commander? This is, Whiskart. I have an idea how we might take down the blasphemy. Meet me in Costa del Sol as soon as you are able. Well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed and stay safe out there. I'm hoping I'll get this done today. If not, I'll definitely get it done tomorrow. Which means, from the original plan of one day, it's going to be at most 4. Apologies for having you come all this way, Edgar. Ever since our encounter with the blasphemy, I've been racking my brain to find a way of dealing with its deliberating attack. Sadly, I've come up empty-handed and my companions fare no better. That's when I started thinking, if only our fineness was still with us. He always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp he could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. It's thanks to him that we were able to stop both Leviathan and Titan and live to tell the tale. The rub is, well, he's a bit eccentric, and yes, I know you could say that about all the company members. But unlike us, he prefers to work from the shadows. Truth be told, I've not seen him since the day we disbanded. I doubt he'd help his old comrades, even if we ask, but an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him, whistle up the fork road, and sooner or later he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, in broad sunlight or the dead of night, he'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. But I've rambled on enough. Go now. This may be our best and only hope. Oh, know what? Where's Royal in all this? He's part of the company of heroes. I don't think we've heard from him since... what was it? Like the beginning of Shadow... Or like at the end of Shadowbringers when the great company was being made. So where's he? Here I was enjoying my retirement. Why'd you have to go and bloody whistle? Call me Lawrence. I'm the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just curious how my former mates are faring. Not as curious as folks were about me, though. First was Cat, then old Mistbeard himself. Ha! As if those codgers could ever catch me. And now yours, the stored hero, summons me forth. No need to say why. You're going to ask me to help you take down the blasphemy. Never could refuse whenever someone tore out those haggard words. So tell me, Acting Commander, what specific duty would you task me with? I trust you do have a plan. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you like getting up close and personal with your foe, so you'll be needing support from a distance. Who do you suppose might be best suited to that role? Damn right, my eyes are amongst the keenest in the realm, as you doubtless heard from Westcat. It's in pure marksmanship, none in Lamissa are the Admiral's equal, yet Milbred is ill-suited for a supporting role, not for lack of skill, of course, but rather, come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. We need to show you the big red tree. Quite the view, what you say. I often come here to admire the sea. If ye would indulge me for a moment, and I'll spin ye a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Back in Piracy's Golden Age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rutano. I was one of them, as was Milbird. We were led by none other than her old man, Bolfis Belofism, the most feared captain on the high seas. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiving though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. He was like a father to me, to us all. 'Tis that fateful day. Was it the year 1562 of the sixth astral era? The Mysian merchantmen were struggling with high constant raids by the Sahagin. Around this time, both had yielded the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Milbrid, his pride and joy. She was still growing into the role, though, and everyone knew the old captain was still calling the shots. Albostis had a noble streak, he did, ordered us to defend the traders from the fishbacks. Milbrid led the efforts, and we fought day after day to keep the sea safe. The fighting was fierce, but we always came out of it in one piece, until we didn't, until after a skirmish as a Hagen survivor with his last breath summoned forth the Lord of the Whirl. The great beast toppled our masts and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantman as our own ship sank, not to do but wait for the end, but then comes Avus and his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere to pull us out of the fire, and he did. The League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again, for even though we escaped their lives, we soon discovered that Captain Pissus, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen under Leviathan's thrall. Of course, in those days, we didn't know much about drowning or tempering, didn't know what to make of our captain as he grew more haggard by the day. His words devolved into crazed ramblings, and one day he vanished, taking off with half of our men. Not long after, a band of pirates called themselves the Serpent Reavers began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep alongside the Sahagin. At their helm was none other than Captain Bolfis, who had caused his lot with the fishbacks. Merlbird knew that what had to be done, and to her credit, she didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under the night of cover with a skeleton crew, without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo hold and joining her on the voyage. She was not too happy to see me at first, wanted to leave me out of it, she said, but seeing as I made myself known when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Her twin muskets felling one after the next. As my sharp shooting kept her safe from afar, we cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Bilhis, or rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to, all bones with skin shriveled and a tangled mat of white hair, eyes bulging from his head like a fish as he prayed to the Lord of the world. Ro challenged him to a duel, and a dim memory must have flickered in his drowned mind, for he accepted. And so, with only me there to witness Mildred ended her father's life. The League of Lost Bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Mildred. She assumed full command and restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident and was named Chief Admiral of Lemissa Lamosa. I often think back upon those days, seeing her charge into battle, muskets blazing, might seem reckless to some. That's how Captain Blessis taught her, and she knew no other way. That's why I made it my job to support her from the shadows, and it's a role in which I applyly serve again. I owe that much to her, old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me, but watching ye from afar has answered that question. I tell Whiskat and the rest of my no-good companions that Lauren stands with them. Itchy. Why do I have to be itchy? Yeah. I was about the second half of that, I was scratching my eye. Well, not my eye, the teardrop, or whatever you want to call it, the thing next to the eye. Because it was all itchy. Cabbage. Did Lorian show himself? Now there's a surprise. I had some hope your words might reach him, but never did I imagine he would agree so readily. Just one thing, Edgar, I appreciate if you didn't mention Lauren's involvement in the company. Landendel in particular. They find out soon enough regardless. At any rate, this gives us new hope in our battle against blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Our scouts are out on the lookout for the creature as we speak. If the latest reports are to be believed, we are drawing ever closer. And with that, I best get back to it. Can I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom? Then till we meet again, Commander. Okay, now I'm curious. Nope. I thought there would be like a little energy thingy that might come from the blade. Nope. Oh no, what? I thought there would be like a little red energy thing going around them. My eye itches and I must scratch. The search for the blasphemy continues, though I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. A marksman by the name of Laurent, the capital admiral, will be pleased. Of course, we won't be having much call for his skills until the blasphemy is found. Research well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Laurent, why does that ring a bell? Alright. Just click on that. It's definitely interesting to see how things are playing out from Edgar's perspective, considering there's a lot of difference between Edgar's journey and my own journey through this. Okay, 5:45, 5:42. I guess at least we'll get to see it once used. So have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged, trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it is a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alizé and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visit, Locus Amonis is most of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. There's only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the form. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon! An ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Forchant to the people of Rasahan. Following their discussion, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the form's initiative. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently the form caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alizé, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and the final days have come to Garlemald. Well, I mean, that actually kind of makes sense considering what Van Daniel did with shooting ether at the moon. I'm pretty sure that might have made a hole in celestial ether. So I guess that technically would make sense that it would be the next. Surely, also, the Tower of Babel and all its other spires were consuming a lot of ether. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were set to rendezvous with Master Forchant. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Edgar. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you best start there. Hopefully, Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take everything possible precaution. Also, I should have said this. I have not been playing on my own since I decided I was going to try to get this done. So yeah, I have only been playing as Edgar, and it's going to be interesting trying to get back to playing as Ninja. When I get back to playing my own character. Oh joy! I was hoping the Levelin one was the last one. Edgar, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Golemold are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have seen, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. I'm more concerned about what's going up into the sky at this point. Is the final days also reverse gravity to a certain point where stuff is just flying upwards? We got the customary greeting short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that the Forum's airship has landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Yeah, Edgar's not even going to fight the blasphemy that's causing this one. Earlier here, okay, one of them is Algan.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you who fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Oh, we get to play a scholar. The one class I do the worst with. Oh, maybe that should be... I don't know if this or dark or black mage is what I do work with.
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Okay.
Help is at hand.
Those who can stand, come with me.
You're safe now.
Be calm, bitch! Don't get me my slapping gloves.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Never! Viva la revolution! Immediately runs into fire. Yeah. Estonian may die. Okay, no, that is not what that does. I thought that was the one where if you do damage, it heals them.
What?
Where's Alexandra?
Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape! Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
The gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
about? The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
Oh!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
I don't think it's dead.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out! Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alizé. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of Father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone. I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Oh, a trio for the ages!
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you.
Which isn't much.
That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
Oh, so it was going to be still in the other form.
The people of Radzat Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Kill him!
More of them.
Xenos! Here!
I like to think that the guy was running from the monster, but the monster was running from Xenos.
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seem sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eunice, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Well, I mean, he has his void sent. He has at least that for company.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
You'll be off to your seat on the forum next.
See Zeno standing there so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. Your weapon. I don't know why, but this makes me laugh. Does it rev? Yes. I am happy. The scythe makes me happy. It is both funny and it revs. I don't know why to me it looks funny. I think it's because of all the pistons it has. What are these pistons' purpose? I guess it's so that makes the scythe go, because I see there's a fuel canister, a cog, pistons. I don't know if those are even more pistons on the blade itself, and a chainsaw. But before I saw it was a chainsaw, it was just the look of it made me laugh. Oh, there's also a gauge on it. I mean, I like it more than the last story scythe we got. But yeah, that'll be the end of this episode, and I'll see you all in the next.